All right, good morning. It is time to go to Italy. Beautiful morning, and we're late. Well, hey traders and investors, as you can see, I'm spending some time here in beautiful Italy. Was on a vacation period last week. Now I'm sort of back in the saddle, but still here in Italy. And one of the stocks I want to talk about today, because they reported earnings last night, of course, is Apple. And I think Apple, through a technical lens, is coming to a very, very critical spot. So let me just kind of walk you through it a little bit. I don't want to make it too complicated because I think it's really straightforward. So if we look at Apple through sort of the multi-year lens, you can see that 2009 support line continues to hold. We do have that 200-week moving average, which is this red line that continues to hold in there as well as support. But we've had a series of lower highs, very well defined ever since that 2015 top. So that brings me right to the daily chart. And you can see in the daily chart here, the stock actually just opened for trading here on Wednesday morning as I'm recording this. And you can see the 200-day moving average, which is this red line. I made a daily chart before the market opened this morning, which looked like this, and I said, listen, next resistance could exactly be this 104 area, and that's where the stock right now, you can see, has come into at the open, right at that 200-day moving average. To me, this is not a trade to immediately pull the trigger on, but it's a really interesting area to watch, because what we have here is a stock that has found a lot of resistance at this diagonal resistance line. That's this purple dotted line, which now for the past 3 times it's reached that line has also coincided with a flattening and now downward sloping 200-day moving average. To me, the trade is very, very straightforward here. If and when Apple were to overcome 104 on a consistent basis, in other words, it needs to really hold above there for at least a day and a half, 2 days for me in order to trust this. If it can do that, I do think the stock can be bought, and we could buy it towards about $110 on the upside. If the stock begins to stall, and as long as there's no meaningful close above 104, maybe even let's call it 104.50 to 105, it depends on the strength and how long those candles are, so to speak, how bullish the move is up to, through that area. The more it begins to stall in that area, the more I prefer to wait and see if the stock isn't then actually going to start reversing back lower. In other words, unless we get a solid break above 104, I'm actually willing to take the other side and go and siding with history, which basically, as you've seen for the past 3 times, has given us resistance at this spot. In that case, I would, upon a bearish reversal, look to be a seller of the stock. Maybe we can buy some puts, maybe we can sell an out of money call spread. But unless we overcome 104 and a half to maybe even 105, again, it has to be with conviction on at least a daily to day and a half, 2-day closing basis. I prefer to be in wait and see mode, because I do think then the odds of a bearish reversal are still there. So that's what I'm thinking of Apple here. I'm going to get back to the pool, but I'll be back to you guys tomorrow with another trade update and ideas.